Hey coaches, welcome back to Football Talk with Coach Chip. Before we get started today, I want to tell you about a couple of opportunities in January to get clinicked up with some great coaches, plus me. They threw me in there. They felt sorry for me. January 12th, Wayne County, Mississippi. It's in the southeast corner of Mississippi. It's almost in Alabama. They're going to be doing a small clinic there that's got nothing but great coaches, state championship coaches from Mississippi and from Alabama. Registration is 8 o'clock Central Time. Get started with the legend, Terry Curtis, UMS Wright, current head coach, winningest coach in the history of the state of Alabama. Man's got almost 400 wins. Former head coach at Murphy High School when Murphy was one of the biggest schools in the state of Alabama down in Mobile. And then you got a college coach from the University of South Alabama, D-line coach, Landius Wilkerson. Drew Causey from Oak Grove, Tony Vance from Hattiesburg, Corey Reynolds, state championship coach from West Jones. Oh, by the way, Drew Causey, state championship 6A, Corey Reynolds, state championship 5A, the two biggest classes in Mississippi. Doug Goodwin, who's now coaching at Jackson Prep in Mississippi, retired from the great state of Alabama, won a state championship at Demopolis High School a few years ago. And then at 2 o'clock, me. And I did not make this graphic. That was my good buddy, the head coach at Wayne County, Jack Hankins. But that's coming up. I usually make these evergreen. I don't put dates on there, but this is in January of 2024. As I make this, it is right before Christmas of 2023. There you can see some of the coaches who are speaking there. 355 wins for Terry Curtis. What impresses me, the man's been a head coach. I watched him play in the state championship game at Legion Field in Birmingham back in the early to mid-90s when he was at Murphy. So I know he's been a head coach for 40 years and only 98 losses. Shut the front door. 8-time state champion Terry Curtis. He's worth the price of admission right there. You're talking $50, and you can see the other guys down below. There's 5 good ones, and then there's a thorn amongst all them roses down there. That's Wayne County High School in Waynesboro, Mississippi. Okay. Also, you got the All Access Coaching Wings and Things online summit that they do every year. That was a great gathering last year. The cool thing about this, it's not that expensive and you don't have to attend. It's online, and when you pay for it, when you buy it, it's yours forever. You can refer back to it. I did 3 sessions last year, and I'm going to be doing 3 sessions again this year. Same weekend as the Wayne County clinic, but you can do both because, like I said, this one's online. You go back later and access it at your convenience. I did it last year. I think the most I had was 10 in one session and a couple or 3 in several other sessions, but then you go back and look and people are watching them all through the winter, the spring. You refer back to them in the summer, something you heard a coach say, you say, I want to do that, and you're in August, so what did he say about that? And you go back and check and make sure you're doing it right in August. This is a great way to do it. But this is the Wings and Things. It's done by All Access Coaching. That's my good buddy Rick Stewart and Kenny Simpson, along with some other coaches. They got a great lineup. Go to allaccesscoaching.com to find that out. All right, real quick, somebody just asked me, where's Wayne County High School? Where's Waynesboro, Mississippi? All right, here it is, right here. It's in the southeastern corner, right over here, just off the map and down is Mobile. Okay, there's Jackson, the capital of Mississippi. You can see it's about 2 hours and 5 minutes from Jackson. If you like Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash, I'm headed to Jackson. And Birmingham area, less than 3 hours. It's actually further away than some of these other places, but it's a straight interstate shot now. You get on 20, go through Tuscaloosa, and just go on down and go straight into Wayne County and Waynesboro. It's a little over 3 hours from Montgomery. Montgomery's actually distance-wise not as far, but you got to get off the interstate down here and go across some regular roads there, not interstate. Dothan, it's about a little over 4 hours from the Dothan area. Got a lot of coaches that are subscribers and viewers of Football Talk with Coach Chip that live in the Dothan area. Of course, I'm up around the Columbus area, up here near LaGrange, and it's about 5 hours from us. I'm going over on Thursday after we're through with weight training, the Thursday the 11th. Going to spend the night with a buddy over there, and then get up and do the clinic with them all day, and then hang out there on Saturday and do the online thing from Wayne County, from Waynesboro. In the Atlanta area, it's just, 5 hours, just boom. And it's almost all interstate until you get down here in South Alabama. So those are two good options that if you're looking for a clinic that's not too expensive, that's not a world away, you don't have to fly. Think about this. It's $50 for the Wayne County Clinic. You don't have to go and spend $200 on a hotel room in Atlanta, Knoxville, Charlotte, wherever you are. If you're within driving distance of Wayne County, like a 2-hour drive, 3-hour drive, that's a day trip. Begins at 9 Central Time and is over with at about 3, 4 o'clock Central Time. So you can't beat that. That's good stuff. All right, let's get started with today's this episode of Football Talk with Coach Chip. Why you should run screens, access throws, and or gifts off your base run plays. Well, real simple answer is to protect them. All right, don't forget, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Do that right now. Just click on the thumbs up button. Go there and click on subscribe. It don't cost anything. You won't get spammed. You won't get unwanted emails. You'll be subscribed. It helps us out. Wide receiver screen off the buck. Now, you can do this off power. You do the same way, okay? It needs to be a cross face. If you're going to do same side, the slot's got to be on the same side. But I did it off buck, and I got another one coming off jet. But just to give you an idea of why you should do it. You've got to keep this cat right here from sucking eggs, okay? That's why. Why do you read a backside player, Coach? Well, he can't make the play on buck. If he does, it's in pursuit angle and we're down the field. That's a good football play. Y'all are correct. But what if you want to run your Q counter or your counter crisscross? And if you let this guy apex the slot, play 50-50, walk away, whatever term you use, where he can fall in and make the play, you're cheating yourself. Okay? Even on the buck, make his butt stay out here. Make him get over his head or close to him. All right, now you're 2 for 2. Now we can play football in here. 9. Well, really, you got him outnumbered because the safety's back here. All right, now I'm just telling you, that's the crap that's going to happen. So why do we do it? Here's why. If you make him come out here and play that bubble, because you've proven you'll throw it, now you can run your Q counter off the buck. You fake the buck, boom, right there. It can be a post-snap read. It can even be a pre-snap read, okay, if that's what you want it to be. If it's a post-snap read, you watch this joker, and he's out here lined up, and the ball's snapped. If he starts shuffling in, disconnect, and whip that thing out there right there. And it's easy. It's not long throws. If you can't throw these short passes, and I know they're not easy passes, but it takes reps. But your quarterback's got the arm to throw this, or your butt doesn't need to be in shotgun. And I've told you that before, but honestly, if you don't have a quarterback that can accurately throw a bubble or a smoke, then you're just in gun to keep the fans off your back. And you're not going to win a whole lot of football games because defensive coaches aren't dumb. They're going to figure out your quarterback can't throw a cat out of the house with all the windows and the front door open, and they're going to pack the box on you anyway, and there's nothing you can do about it. So you just need to get under center and just play power football. But if your quarterback can throw a 15, 20-yard pass accurately, rep that up. It's not that hard to do, and keeps the defense from cheating, keeps this guy from sucking eggs, that R right there. I'm just calling him an R for you. Call him what you want to call him. But you don't want him to be able to do that because now he can fall in and make the play on your Q counter because they got you outnumbered is what it comes down to. You got a kick here, you got a wrap here, and you got your down blocks, but you got nobody to account for him. Who accounts for him? The quarterback. Make him respect that cat. All right, wide receiver screen to protect the buck counter crisscross. Okay, right here. All right, this can be a pre-snap. I recommend it's a pre-snap, especially if you do the double handoff. Now, if you're going to do the one handoff, I'm going to fake here to the running back and then stick it in right here. You can be reading it while the fake is going on. That's an easy mesh because the quarterback knows he's not giving it. So he's watching this cat right here. This guy's respecting the R. He'll keep it, then hand it back to the wing coming back right here. Now, if you're going to double hand off it, It can't be post-snap. It's got to be a pre-snap, okay? It's got to be a pre-snap, because I just don't see how you can fake and then ride because it's just too late. And you're going to get leakage, you're going to get penetration, and I just don't recommend that at all. So make it a pre-snap read. That's what I recommend. And by the way, I'm giving you several things here. You can't do them all necessarily. If you can, let me know how you're doing it, and let me know how you've reinvented the day to give you more time. Again, you don't want that outside linebacker cheating, falling in right here, making the play. I mean, you may gain 3 or 4 yards on it, okay? But why would you take 3 or 4 yards when you're talking about if you get this thing blocked up, the safety's making the tackle for a 10-yard gain? And all you got to do is read this cat, pre-snap him, okay? And I'm not talking about RPO. You can do it as an RPO, not this one necessarily, but all right, now look here. Wide receiver screen to protect the buck QB counter. All right, this is a no-mesh RPO because you're running the counter anyway. So you're going to fake to the running back right here, okay? And as you're faking, again, this is a fake read. You're reading while you're faking. So you stick it in there, shuffle, shuffle. If this guy falls in, disconnect, throw your bubble. If this guy runs with the bubble or stays out here in space, guarding grass, which is what you want him to do, then the quarterback makes his fake, because he's faking anyway. It's predetermined he's going to keep it, or going to, he's the running back, the quarterback is. Make your fake, true, and then keep it if that dude stays out here. But if he falls in, you say, well, what is the thought process of the running back? Watch that guy right there. My thought process right off the bat would be, because the easiest thing to do is keep it, is say, can he tackle me? Can he make a play? And if he can't, you keep it. If he's falling in here, throw it now. You got to trust the wide receiver, number 1 right here, to make the block on the corner. But you got to make the R, the outside backer, the R in this diagram, respect the slot bubble. Or all you're doing is just you got 2 guys out there wearing the nice little gloves, acting like they're wide receivers, and all they are is wide tackles because you're not using them. And that's all a wide receiver is if you don't throw it to them. All right, here we go. Wide receiver smoke screen, that's the number 1, to protect the jet counter. Now, you can do this off the jet, okay? I didn't draw the jet up. You can do it off the jet. If this R, the outside backer, bumps back into the box or shuffles down to the line of scrimmage right here or right here, just fake the jet, just be a flash fake and throw it out there. Now you're one-on-one right here in space. So, well, what if they walk up? Well, if you got a guy that can win inside, then you just run slants instead. And those of y'all that have been watching Football Talk with Coach Chip for the last 3 years have seen the video where we throw that backside slant off jet if this guy vacates the flat. And again, he can't make the play on the jet. We're putting a guy in conflict that can't make the play because we want to constrain him. This is a constraint. Constrain him from being able to fall in and make the plays on the counters off of the jet and the buck, or even off the power if that's what you prefer. So that's why you do it. You got to make this guy respect this area out here. That you'll throw a bubble off buck, you'll throw a slant or a smoke, this is what I call a smoke, off the jet. Okay? And again, this would be a no measure as well, because you're fake, you've run counter. Okay? You know you're running counter. So what you do is you flash fake the jet as you're reading the R, and you can post snap that joker on this. Okay? You don't have to pre-snap it. It's up to you. Now, if you're coaching young guys and you can teach them pre-snap, do it with pre-snap. Post-snap is it's a whole nother world. Okay? That I don't know how. It takes a special kid. If you're talking about 8th grade and below, it's going to take a special quarterback to do that. Because remember, one of the rules of RPOs, post-snap reads, is trusting your quarterback. You trust a 12-year-old? Go right ahead. All right, wide receiver screen to protect the jet counter again. Now, this one's just off the jet. And with what I told you, you can tag it. I call it TED, Because in our offense, we call outside backers dogs. Why? Because that's what our defense calls their outside backers. And so to keep the terminology the same, this is what we do. Okay, we call them dogs. And so I came up with tackle, eat, dog. It's a quick call, Ted, and it tells the tackle to go out there and kick first man he sees. So this guy here is coming down. And what you got to do now, first time we did it, when he released, he blocked this guy right here, which is fine, okay? But this is how you want to do it to protect when you come back later. You got your counter, whether you're running counter to the tailback or you're running counter to the quarterback back here. You've got to keep this dude from falling in. Okay, this dog, this outside backer, from falling inside and making the play. So we got to keep them outside. You're spreading the field to create running lanes. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not an atheistic mindset. Yes, you're still a child of God if you spread the field. Everybody thinks Chip Kelly's some kind of wide open, slinging around coach. He's not. Okay, he wants to run the football. He knows to run the football. In modern football, you've got to spread out and let space be your friend. And that's what this does. But if you're not going to use that space, they're not going to respect it, and they're going to come in here. You've got to be able to throw the ball outside to keep them from loading up on you. Okay? All right. Hit me up at siegel.chip@gmail.com. Before you do that, be sure right now, stop whatever you're doing, okay, unless you're driving and listening to it. Click on the like button, the thumbs up button, and then click subscribe. Okay, guys, I was looking. Like half the people that watch this don't subscribe. Why? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't cost anything. And if your cousin Billy Joe Bob has told you, when you do that, they're going to track you. No, they're not. No, they're not. No more than they already are. The algorithm already looks at what you like. They already know you like football videos if you're watching this, and others like it. They already know that. The algorithm does that. You're only helping me. You're not helping Google. You're not helping YouTube. You're helping me. They get theirs just because you watch it. When they report, hey, this dude watched it, and when they sell the commercials, they're getting theirs. And all you're hurting is me. Okay? Come on now. Click on the subscribe. If you like it, like it. If you don't like it, just ignore the thumbs up button. Don't hit the thumbs down. God, no, don't do that. And don't tell anybody you don't like it. All right? Remember, contact me at siegel.chip@gmail.com. Check out all of our freebies. And you can hit me up at Twitter/X @ChipSiegel. It's Coach Chip @ChipSiegel on Twitter. On Facebook, we've got a page, Football Talk with Coach Chip. That's picking up steam. Dang, it's like every week, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people coming on there. So I'm starting to put more stuff on there and putting links on there to some of the older videos and posting some things. It's all good. All right. Until next time, be elite.